Okay, for page 2, there's a lot of omits on here from the sections that we skipped. First three terms of this sequence are given. Again, we want the formulas. For an explicit formula, this is a geometric sequence. G sub n equals G sub 1, which is the number 5, the first term, times the rate. The rate in this case would be negative 40 divided by 5, which is negative 8 to the n minus 1 power. There is your explicit formula. Your recursive formula, you have to list the first term, G sub 1 equals 5, and G sub n equals G sub n minus 1 times the rate, which in this case would be negative 8 running into the full. Okay, right off your formula sheet. So we skip down over the Pascal's triangle stuff. This one, it's asking us if the following series converges. So in order to figure out whether a series converges, we take the second term. In this case, the second term is negative. So this would be negative 2 and 5/8. Again, 5/8 is that. So I've got negative 2.625 divided by 3.5. So the rate is negative 7.5, which means it does converge, yes. Find its sum. To find the sum, we're going to take the first term, 3.5, and divide it by 1 minus the rate. Since the rate is negative, this becomes 3.5 divided by 1.75. So the sum is 2. Number 13, same question. Does it converge? You're going from 640 to 512. It's getting smaller, therefore it does converge. To find the rate, 512 divided by 640 gives us a rate of 0.8. So your rate here is 0.8. Again, you'd say, yes, it converges. So you can find the sum, and to find the sum, we take the first term divided by 1 minus the rate. 1 minus 0.8 is 0.2. So 640 divided by 0.2 gives you a sum of 3,200. I'm going to keep moving here, since that was a short page, and just finish this up. Season tickets to the Northwest Symphony Orchestra has increased $4.50 each year since it came into existence 18 years ago. During the first year, individual season tickets cost $32. What will season tickets cost in the 18th year? So I want to know what the 18th term of this sequence is. It's arithmetic since it's going up the same amount each year. So the formula is just this. Alright, and we're going to plug right into that. We want to know the 18th term, A sub 18. So the first term is $32 plus n minus 1. We're talking n is 18 terms, so 18 minus 1. And the common difference is going up by $4.50 a year. Okay, so in my calculator, I'm going to do 32 plus 17 times $4.50. $108.50 is what a ticket will cost in this 18th year. Aunt Mira has purchased a season ticket each year. How much has she spent on season tickets over the 18 years? Now we want a sum. Okay, it's still arithmetic. We do now know the first year and the last year, so we could use the top formula, which would be n over 2 times a sub 1 plus a sub n. I think I'm going to use that. Actually, I'm going to do both formulas to show that they should be the same. So S sub n equals 18 years over 2. First term was, what was it, $32. And we found the last year, the 18th year, to be $108.50. Okay, so that's the first way of finding the sum of these 18 years. The second way is the one below it on your sheet, which would be n over 2. 2 times the first term, so 2 times 32, plus n minus 1, which would be 18 minus 1, times d, where d is the common difference, which we said was 450. So, regardless of which formula I use, I should come to the same amount. So let's use the first one. We get 18 divided by 2, which is 9. 9 times 32 plus 108.50. So she's paid $12.64.50. $1,264.50. Using the other way, I've got 9, which is just 18 divided by 2, times 2 times 32 is 64, plus And then I've got over here, 18 minus 1 is 17 times 450. So if I run it this way, I get the same amount. So over the 18 years, she paid $1,264.50 for her tickets. 17. A certain plant increases in foliage by 15% each month if the conditions are perfect. In January it had 9 leaves. How many leaves will it have in 2 years? Okay, so we want to find the number of leaves. This would be a sequence. We don't want to know the total number of leaves it's ever had. We just want to find basically the 24th term in the sequence, because 24 months in 2 years. It's geometric since we have a rate. So the geometric formula is G sub n equals G sub 1 times the rate to the n minus 1 power. Okay, so the first term was 9. The rate is 1.15. You have to add that to 1 since it's going up. So 1.15. And then n is, as I said, 24. So 24 minus 1 is to the 23rd power. So we got this by going 9 times 1.15 to the 23rd, which means this is going to have about 224 leaves after 2 years. Last 3. Number 18. Test has 40 questions. Student can choose 36 of them. This would be 40 combination of 36. Again, done very easily in your calculator. 40 math 36. Yeah, that would be your answer. 91,390. Number 19. Susan wants to buy 3 different soft drinks, 4 types of chips, and 8 kinds of dip, and it gives you the amounts. Okay, how many different ways can she choose the refreshment? If she wants to buy 3 different soft drinks, she has 16 to choose from. That's a 16C3. 4 types of chips, she has 10 to choose from. That's a 10C4. 8 kinds of dip, she has 9 to choose from. That's a 9C8. Since she wants drinks and chips and dips, these are multiplied. Okay, and we can run this real quick using the old trusty here. I've got 16. C3 times 10 C4 times 9 C8, which means she has a lot of choices. Over 1 million. Gardener plants 24 bulbs. Probability that any given bulb survives is 0.8, and survival of each bulb is independent of the survival of the others. Find the probability that exactly 20 bulbs survive. Okay, this is a binomial probability. We'd have a 24 total. We want a combination of 20 of them. Probability of success is 0.8. We raise that to the 20th power. Probability of failure is 0.2. We raise that to the 4th power. And we're going to punch this into our calculator. 24 math combination 20 times 0.8 to the 20th power times 0.2 to the 4th power. There's your answer. Okay, so there's a 0.196 probability, about a 20% probability. There you go. There's your review.